what is history. It's really cool to be able to sit here and go, this is the next level of our sport.
And speaking of change, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong, but right now, let's send it. For the first time here, the 2026 season, Nathaniel Chen, AKA Nate Chen. All right, Nate Chen coming into that second and third zone, very off of that underneath the wall, now coming into the fourth, talking to the outside zone. And now there is into that sixth, like quick little touch and go into the box, and seven. So just tick it right through them. As the car, he says, okay, we're working it out here, but there it is. So again, conundrum was timing the effort, getting it down to a very systematic thing. And Mr. Brazil, Diego Higa, he is flying the Brazilian flag into that outside zone 3, gets into that wall, into the fourth outside zone goes Diego Higa. A little bit of correction there, going to the outside zone 5, right in front of the judge's stand, into outside zone 6, a quick little touch and go. And at last, inside zone, over 30 out of 40, 35, 80, 35 picture of Cole Richards, Cole Richards coming down the chute into that initiation point. Inside zone 2 into 3, yes, brings it all the way to the wall. 4, doesn't get all the way out there, but again, you can see that quick little correction there. So taking that in consideration, outside zone and inside to put a little bow on it. From the chute, you can see the specs there, 60, hitting almost 70 miles per hour. Just again, keep in mind at pace. Outside zone 3, gets all the way out to 4. The reboot Z. Ooh, with that going deeper, that threw him offline. He's gonna need to readjust. Can he do it? He does it on outside zone 6 and dials it in onto that final in 5, absolutely missed. So there is Cody Buchanan's score, a 71.
Irrelevant, because I've driven this and I know what a pro car can do. So it's big things for him.
All right, here we go. The Pennzoil BMW 1 Series. Federico Sharifo into the sight of the naked eye and backs it in, puts those taillights on the wall, shreds that back bumper. Now going to outside zone 5. A lot of the drivers that get into 4, throws them off of 5 into 6, and now in that final, you can see that inside zone didn't get all the way in there. Now join us out here as Federico Sharifo slide. Also another familiar face joining us here for those OGs. Ross Petty is his spotter.
Crazy.
Love it. Boso, gotta love it. Here we go. Ryan Littoral, NRG S15 goes past into the outside zone 3, backs it in. That really threw him off his line. Going into 4, shreds that back bumper into outside zone 5. Disrupts, but he is very fast. Going into that final inside zone 7. Car. There it is. So line, angle, style, 63. Working on his program over the years, and his driving definitely doesn't need a one for his wizardry right now. Goes into outside zone 3, backs it in. That's the bumper tap we're looking for. You can see just escaping it, decent out to that bumper, gets him pretty decently. Little blip in the throttle, lifts very heavy going to inside zone 7, so you can see that. The attitude of the car, I think that is Wally.
Yeah, could be.
Wizard in the Wally right here. 67. And excited to see Team Hansen back in the mix. Here comes Rudy Hansen down the chute. Initiates right in where exactly he should be, coming into view of the naked eye of the judges. Escapes it a little bit. 3, 4. Playing the same. Really comes in hot to outside zone 5, straightens out, gets thrown off into 6, maybe got nervous, rattled him a little bit. 0.40, slides him into 8th position. Missed one out there, and here comes Rad Dan. An iconic Toyota Supra, now coming through the chute and into the outside zone. Quick little correction. You saw that wheel correct. Now into 4. That's where it needs to be. That was really well executed. But again, a lot of these guys from practice going here into qualifying, that outside zone 5 just has absolutely escaped a lot of these drivers early on.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't know if it's the addition of the new
board and then slowly progress, but you want to get up there like a 61.4. Hibbity hobby, we don't stop it. Here we go, Ben Hobson. Ben Hobson in that Pennzoil Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. Boom, into that, oh, well done there by Ben Hobson, yes sir, that's what we're looking for, straight for RTR Canard, outside zone 5, escapes a little bit. I think we'll see maybe 70, 80 on the outside zone 5, but dials it in on all the other runs. That might be our new .26. Join us tomorrow. Wataru Masayama, the livery. Jacob, you love this.
Favorite livery this year.
Okay, there it is. The Evangelion-inspired livery here for the Juku Racing 86. Masayama. Let's see if the, it looks like it escapes him a little bit. And now into that outside zone 5. Little tire fire. Gets way thrown offline. He tries to drag it, shuts it down. That outside zone 5 bit back. So he got thrown off going into 4. And now just chilling. I mean, every time I go over there, they don't have Hawaiian food. That's the only surprising thing. Coilover Depot. The S-Chassis now comes into view. And the outside zone 3 going into 4. This might be a safe run for him. Going into 5. So just not, it seems like the car's gripping up quite a bit. Now goes into, oh buddy.
Wow.
That got very sketchy there. Sketch 5,000 going to that last inside zone.
So I wouldn't say it's
Ding!
Yeah.
All right, 11, and it looks like D-Mads 11th position to go, but in between that, they've done tons of events or activations or sponsorships, and the off-season is sometimes the busiest part of it. So here comes Jeff Jones. Let's see if we can put it all together here for round 1 and the big drift energy. We're all the way out there, and that was a good execution. Got there, aggressive snap into outside zone 4, brings it all the way to 5. Rotates it. Looks like he might be salvaging that 6 and 7. That'd be a hard act to follow, though. That's where. Let's see what. And Jeff Jones. So you can see line. Tommy Lemaire, TLO, the French Canadian pilot, XPN. Past that. Inside zone 1 and 2, excuse me, and then 3, 4. You see some corrections. 5 was pretty well done. Now into outside zone 6. That flick, that aggressiveness. We saw this earlier. Nerves on the front end and then tightens it up on the back end. So
yeah.
TLO, Tommy Lemaire.
Because most people tune 2Js to be more like V8s.
Right. All right. Well, there's Tommy Lemaire, 76. Looks tidy. But now definitely needs to put his bumper where the zones are. There goes Stuckey. Looks like the car grips up, and he massages his way out there to outside zone 3. Works his way to 4. The fluidity is really nice. I'm liking where he's at. And then 6, you can see just a quick little correction there to make sure he doesn't go on the wrong side of inside. Yeah. The white and yellow gets him number 9 position, or better yet, his driving.
Try not to get ahead of things too much here, but look really, really good in practice.
All right. Again, one of the last standing OGs from 23 seasons ago. Here goes Kenshiro Gucci. Comes right in nicely. Nuzzles up to that wall. Doesn't get too involved with it. Outside zone 4, 5. So fluid, but not getting exactly the deepest in all of those zones. So getting one in the books.
Yeah. Maybe
push a little harder.
Bit of the announcer's curse on
it. Also clarification on qualifying to knock it. Turn on those lights, because here we go. Trying to beat you. That Clone X BMW into outside zone 3. Outside zone 4, the new livery. Looking good. Oh, bang! He backs that thing in. Outside zone 6. Ooh. Outside zone 7. Could get a little tighter, excuse me. In 75.53. Again, we'll take the better of the 2. All 10 o'clock, he's like, man, drove the car back after the Type S night lights. Something was wrong with the motor. Swap the motor. Let's get it dialed. Simon Olsen from Norway. And that Grandial Toyota Supra. There he goes. Gets in that outside zone 3, end of 4. Very fluid. Minimal corrections. Zone 6 almost hits the wall, but keeps it off it. Precision work there.
Yeah.
Even given, I saw the dad there with wife and 2 kids. A little moving day action. Here we go. Ben Hobson still leads the pack in qualifying, and here is Connor O'Sullivan. U.S. Army BMW gets all the way out there, backs it in, so he will now get to outside zone 4, escapes him a little bit, outside zone 5. These guys just are escaping 5. 6 and 7 seem to be figuring it out, no problem. But excited about just being part of the series as well. All right, Connor O'Sullivan, focus on driving. This could be a marriage made in heaven.
I 100% agree.
All right, Connor Shanahan comes out of that start chicane. He is shimming his way in outside zone 1, 2, now 3. Puts it right in that box. Zone 4, under the bridge. Can he get to 5? Yes, sir. The Irish driver dials it in. Eyes on the prize. Ooh, he looked like he might have got disrupted, might have tapped the wall a little bit there. We'll take a look at that. Or whatever wheel's exposed, you'll see that come to a halt. Surprising to jump up to number, as well as congratulations on everything you've done in the Formula Drift Championships over the years since 2004. And he says, this is my last final complete FD season for this Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla. Now to that outside zone. Yep, hits that number 3, number 4. This is exactly what we needed. Can Ryan Turk rise to the occasion again? Outside zone 6 and then into 7. Really well done there. Again, this hot hatchback. We know what Turk is capable of. Still, still great run there. 81.56. And you can see style 13 points. Let's see what Dylan could do. And another busy man in the off season. That Royal Purple O'Reilly Auto Parts. He's on GT radial tires. Outside zone 3, backs it in. Definitely throws him off. You saw him get a little disrupted, out of shape. Outside zone 5, transition into 6. Yep, perfect execution on 6. And at angle, slide. The score is 63.86. Finishing 8th overall last year. And here he comes. Brand new car, brand new look. I mean, he's been an S chassis as long as I can remember. So super excited to see him debut a new car. Brings it all the way out into outside zone 3 and 4. S chassis doesn't matter, but the BRZ is producing for Odi Bakshis. I mean, how the BRZ suits him well enough to slide into number 3 qualifying position. So top 3 qualifying position. DR, Dominican Republic. Let's see where Castro's at.
Ooh.
Castro fires off and does not fire off.
Oh, man.
And that'll be unfortunately an incomplete. Wonder what happened to Castro, but there's another driver with a goose egg, unfortunately.
Yeah, tough to say. It looked like everything was good for a minute and then just didn't initiate.
And there's definitely still some room to grow. Keep in mind, you know, with Ben Hobson, I believe it's around an 86, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Take a look.
So there's room to go up for sure.
Here we go, Jack Shanahan, and you know he's running that B motor under the hood of the BMW. So the PSR BMW comes into view of the judges. Out to outside zone 3, into 4, now coming into 5. You can hear the car, he's bouncing off that rev limiter into 6. You know, he's very familiar with the 2J motor, but he's running the BMW motor under the hood of this car. Shanahan slides into 8th with a score of 77.4.
Build out, a lot of claims being made, most horsepower in FD, fastest car in FD. We'll see how it plays out.
Is it clickbait or is it really, again, the big mouth fast? Here we go, the Drift HQ. BMW, the E36, really close and tight to that wall. Yes, sir. Ping pongs his way out to outside zone 5. Could Adam LZ take that number 1 spot? Wow. Really well done by the Drift HQ BMW driver. Adam and 83.4, so 32.4. He slides into 4th position still. And Watoro, you gotta bring it, dude. You gotta bring it. Get in the robot, Watoro. Here we go. And right now, speaking of his other Njuku Racing teammate, this is Hiroya Manoa from Japan, the 16-year-old phenom. He is dragging bumper, tapping it, bringing it in. Yep, and look at that. You see the wing flex into outside zone 6. He's firing on all cylinders. And again, everybody's like, who could it be? And here we go, 83.0. So Hiroya Manoa, 7th position.
Like I said, none of them were really 100, so maybe just coming in a little bit late.
And here is, again, a champion that we know for multiple years. Again, joining the 3-time champ club. Frederick Osbo, that Rockstar energy drink, a little retro Rockstar flair for Frederick Osbo. Again, that outside zone 5 surprisingly escapes him. But we know Freddie, and there's Frederick Osbo with a 8th position, 81.6. And Ben Hobson still top of the heap right now. Matfield 11 down. This is where it begins. And Matfield, he knows he can get it done. A lot of eyeballs on him in that Borla Performance Corvette. Wave visuals. Gets out there. Outside zone 3, 4. Passes off 5. Gets out there. Keeps it off the wall. Into 6. Coasts into 7. So let's see that angle. Let's see that style.
Be a bit of a hit. He scored 79.23, putting him back in 10th place. That's the wide line.
Here we go. James Dean, 5-time and defending champion. Into that first zone, into the second inside zone, out to outside zone 3, into 4, snappy transition. There it goes. The bumper bounces back. Outside zone 5. James Dean, you can hear him just shifting gears, downshifting into 7. And there it is. 3.83. James Dean sits in 4th position. Solo runs, solo dolo, as Nate Chen on his 2nd run. He does have a score on the board. Only 32 spots, 33 drivers. Nate Chen is looking good. Outside zone 3, under the bridge goes to 4. So now he's turning it up. Oh, outside zone 5, he does miss that. But it coasts into 6 and 7, and now brings it across.
Yeah, he's still got a lot.
It is a do or die situation. Nate Chen, 2nd.
Yeah, you get the jitters out of the way, and now it's time just to go for it.
Level up. Diego Higa. Let's see if he does the same. Higa from Brazil. Oh, makes a quick little correction there. Goes in outside zone. Oh, and that's going to throw him off. So Diego does have a score. Oh, keep it off the wall. Those correct. That's where I get nervous because you're so thrown off. It could throw you into the wall, but you really want to survive Long Beach, and Diego will survive qualifying, but he just got, and you called it, Jacob. Wait, there it is, a 78.13. Now residing in Georgia, definitely a busy young man. He's got some talent in his corner. Let's see if he can put it all together here on his maiden voyage here on the streets of Long Beach in the Pro Championship. Cole Richard, brings it into outside zone 3. Now outside zone 4, zeroes it in on 5. Fluidity, not a problem. Moves like water. Into that outside zone 6 and inside zone.
A bit more possible.
Oh, there it is, at 83.4.
Cody Buchanan, our next rookie.
All right, Cody Buchanan comes into view, the naked eye of the judges. Look at the attitude of that car. Got a sideways grimace there, that reboot Nissan Z. Comes through outside zone 5. It looks like he is just fired up right now in outside zone 7. Went from 4 rounds to 8. It's definitely just a different. Here we go, Federico Sharifo. Definitely no rookie, but a rookie behind the wheel of this BMW. His signature Fiorella being prepped for round 2. The Pennzoil BMW 1 Series. Outside zone 3, 2-4. Comes through and pin it to win it. Comes unwound a little bit there, going from 5 to 6, and then into 7. So maybe got a little disrupted. And a 73.5. So run 1 is the better of the 2. 16. Here comes Ryan Littoral. Ryan Littoral in the NRG Innovations S15. And he is on Kumo tires. Here goes Ryan Littoral in outside zone 3. Gets out there, works his way out. Yep. You hear him pop off under the bridge and then outside zone 5. Good fluid run. And 6. Oh, you saw him just, I think. And it looks like his 2nd run is the better of the 2. Andy Haley leaves that start line. Let's put down an exciting run here. Andy, talk about hopping. Looks like the car, the attitude of it, gets it outside zone 3. Shredded that back bumper earlier. You saw that quick correction halfway through to 3 and 4. Now he found the sweet spot Gets into a tussle with the wall, maybe just a little bit, but comes off of it. Peekaboo comes in at a 71.7, so it looks like it is. And let's see if he can throw it down. Come on now. Team Hansen, the S chassis. Outside zone 3. Looks a lot more comfortable in this second run. That outside zone 5 causing some problem once again, but hits 6 and nails that final. Could have been at angle. Looked like he kind of rolled.
Might be able to do a little bit better, but a 56.8, so he's able to improve slightly.
Depending on the results of those other drivers. But Rad Dan, Rad Industries, Toyota Supra, getting that Mark IV coming now. Out to outside zone 3. Grabs a little handbrake, just massages it in. That back bumper flexes. Of course, that 2G sputtering in a good way and past that last inside, receives a better score, 78.73, so the better
junior,
third year. All right, so let's see. Here we go. If he gets in the black here, that Pennzoil Ultra Platinum Mustang RTR, yep, gets out there once again. This is, like I said, a big confidence booster for Ben. Comes a little unwound.
Whoa!
He went for it.
He went for it.
He really went for it, and that's exactly what he needed to do. Just like I said, this is a confidence booster, and look, we've seen the best of the best. Some of them,
I'm gonna have to rewatch it just to make sure I got them all lined up.
It's got to get fresh, but
just
very on brand as far as Evangelion and delivery. But Wataru Masayama, he has progressed, and look at that flapping in the wind there. And like you said, the jaw drops in more ways than one. Masayama, outside zone 3 and 4. The Jerry Yang Racing and Juku Racing, 86, and brings it past that final inside zone. Well, we'll see, and hopefully it does for D-Mads. That Coilover Depot S chassis, and hey, we know that sometimes there's that last glory run for a motor, and it could be absolutely epic. Sounded like a diesel there. Oh boy.
That's down.
Oh boy, D-Mads flirting with disaster. Now, so the score to beat to get in the show is a 51.33. So if you get a let's just say a 52, you're in. Talking about the other incompletes. But right now, what we're talking about is Jeff Jones, Big Drift Energy. He's in the show. Now, puts it into outside zone 5. Jeff brings it into outside zone 7. I mean, Jeff is getting so much.
Oh, we got 360 on Jeff.
Boy.
Come on.
And Jeff.
79.3.
79.3 puts him in a 12th position. Jeff Jones.
Message in between, so the car completely shut off before 3, but he's able to get it back going again.
That's very impressive in that XPN Corvette. Wow, rips it to outside zone 3. Snaps back to 4. That did not shut down at all. Going into 4 to 5. Almost got a little bit of
that they run in Quebec, and it's in an 18th with a 76 point.
The big round Coliseum building here, so kind of cool. Stack of tires with a carbon fiber signature trophy atop of it, as Daniel Stuckey would love to hold one of those in that Kenda Tires S chassis. Squatting down into the outside zone 3 and 4, and then into 5. Precision work there by Stuckey. He is a Stokey right now into the outside zone 6 and then 7 inside zone. So Stuckey, Kenshiro on his first run, looks like 61. And here comes Kenshiro in that Greddy vehicle. Now comes into view through the chute. Outside zone 3, uses all of the course. Outside zone 4, blends in nicely. Those white wheels, you can see just minimal corrections, if any at all, into outside zone 6 and brings it on home.
Yeah, this is what I was expecting. I do think Ken on that first run.
As Ken Gushi with a 74.10, so he does. Next driver is Trent Beecham. Trent Beecham, Konex, Katana Wheels, Kenda Tires, BMW. Penthouse Fleshlight Pro and that BMW on the third and fourth outside zone. Turning it on and turning it up. That's 6 and 7. Big angle in that last zone. Good job by Justin Smash.
Yeah, this 5 is going to hurt him a little bit, but he's going to sit with a 75.53 and currently yesterday for me.
Oof, yeah. 84.5. So that's again, very confident for him. That's great for Simon Olsen. Gets out there. Yep. You can see him into 4 and 5 now. Fluid didn't get all the way out there, but I think this is good sparring between him, the car, and the track. He's
in the 84.5, not able to increase his score, but does a little bit better on the.
What kind of score are we looking for? 72.43 on his first run. He's in the show, but wants to better it. O'Sullivan and that U.S. Army BMW. Nice job there from O'Sully. You talked about his fluidity on his first run, and you saw just a quick adjustment. That threw him off. That wall was staring right at him, and it had his number. First run of 74.76 on a second run. So 20. He knows that motor. So running a VR, I believe he's running a VR under the hood, right? So the GTR motor under the hood of the 86. He knows the chassis. So this is just as far as a recipe works out. The Irish driver brings it in. I mean, you can hear him just pinning it right now. And brings it around into the outside zone 6, and then it's proven to work out. 85.9. He jumps up to the number 2 for Rome Charpentier. Otherwise, he'll be watching from the sidelines. The Garagistic BMW, the E36. We saw him initiate and shut it down. Now coming into the outside zone 3. It looks like the car, he's fighting it once again. Outside zone 4, going into 5. Keeps it safe. He keeps it between the lines. 6 and 7. Is it enough? Is it enough?
Yeah.
Look at that. 48.3. No. So now.
So that is now the number we're looking
bubble.
for.
If he gets a 48.3 Castro, RCP's watching from the sidelines. But Sorensen isn't.
Whoa.
He's watching from center field, baby. He is dialing it in. Sorensen. Absolutely zero chill from Brandon Sorensen. Look at the way he worked it. And an 83.3, so sits in 8th. Chris Forsberg on Kenda tires, originally from D-Town, Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Here comes that all-new Z. Locks it up. The Optima battery providing a spark. Yep. Gets out to outside zone 3-4. He says, all right, Wally, I got your number. Here it is, the number 6-4. On the door, Drift Alliance, the all-new Z, but the 87.73. Forsberg jumps up to the number 1 spot. Here goes Ryan Turk. Again, Drift Alliance. Come on, baby. Bad as hell. That Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla comes out. The Rockstar energy drink. Whoa! He drags Bumper under the bridge. Into 5, into 6, and now puts an exclamation point on it. What's the 411? No question here, right? Whoa. Here we go. Position 2, 87.23. Yep, there we go. Taking your blood thinner medicine. Here we go. Dylan Hughes. Again, just a weapon himself, that Royal Purple O'Reilly BMW. Tapping it. Reaching for that wall. 5, goes for 6, and that final outside. And then inside zone. Goes the Dozer. One is better. Number 18 position. Up next, Odie Bosch. About to find out. Odie Bosch comes out of the smoke in that field suspension. Subi Mons BRZ gets out there. Yep, that's what we expected. This gentleman. Again, it's great to see him in a new chassis, something different, shaking things up. He's got a great partner in Subi Mods. We saw, I feel like he alluded to it a little bit last year. You saw the Subi Mods decal. There it is, 83.9 on his first run. So tomorrow's main event, but RCP watches on with bated breath. Here we go, the Methodom Toyota GR86 from Dominican Republic. And it looks like he's still struggling a little bit. Doesn't get all the way out to 3. And now that big outside zone 5 past the judges into 6. And there's that final inside zone from Castro. 61.2. He does better it. So unofficially right now, RCP.
One of the craziest turnarounds we've ever seen with a drift car. And so far he's making it look okay. Needs a little work.
Less than 3 weeks and yeah, better than okay, man. That PSR BMW, gets all the way out there. Come on. Like I said, better than okay. Less than 3 weeks to build this thing, and Jack, no problem for him.
Wow.
What? Shanahan, nothing to lose that pole. And a new leader in 88.46. No, the Shanahan. The Shanahan fam. Well done. His brother currently sits in 5th, and right now Adam LZ, the Drift HQ, Viper Chairs BMW. Oh man, that looked like he was like kind of checking up. Coming out of the chute and in towards that wall. That wall is so unforgiving, and I think that was a wise approach. Adam does have a good run under his belt, 83.4. 3.4, so his first run the better of the 2, and you can.
Man, some big shoes to fill. I mean, Ben Hobson was sitting first through our first set of runs, and now a lot of drivers stepping up. They understood the assignment.
Forsberg, Turk, Shanahan, and now can Hiroya Manoa jump up? He had an 83 on his first run, and Hiroya, he backs it in. Looks like he was tires deep on that one. He touched tread to the wall, maybe on that one as well. He's got to leave a mark here, literally and figuratively. And Hiroya, we saw it from on his first run, but you can see the stats there. James Dean would love to get on top, but here we go. James Machine Dean, Long Beach, round 1, gets out there. Look at that transition. Just the way the car pivots, the way it can just be manipulated by, again, unarguably the best drifter in the world. Brings it on home. And there it is, James Dean. Just one low hit, and here we go. James Dean, 89! And he takes the #1 spot from his fellow countryman. James Dean jumps up to an 89. And again, that was reflective of the Wally as well as the